Quick guide to Mazda mirror issues, causes, symptoms, and fixed costs ahead. Stick around for practical checks and repair options. G'day mates. If you're a Mazda owner and your side mirrors have started doing a weird, lazy dance of their own, you'll want to stick around. Before we get into the nuts and bolts, make sure you watch right through to the end, because that's where I'll be breaking down how much this little headache is likely to cost you to fix properly. It's a common drama, this one. You press the lock button on your key fob, expecting those mirrors to tuck in neatly, but one of them just gives up halfway. It's like it's run out of puff, stopping at a weird angle that just looks broken and a bit sad. The symptoms are pretty consistent across the board for a lot of owners. You might find that the mirror simply refuses to fold out completely when you unlock the car, or fire up the engine to drive off. This leaves you trying to adjust it while you're already on the move, which is not ideal. Often the problem is isolated to just one side, with one mirror working perfectly fine while its mate on the other side is weak, sluggish, or stalls altogether. It's a frustrating little gremlin that can really take the shine off an otherwise great car, making it feel a bit cheap and unreliable every time you park. Another classic sign that something's not right is the sound. Instead of the smooth, quiet whir of a healthy motor, you might hear a distressing clicking, grinding. It sounds like the internal mechanism is fighting a losing battle, with plastic gears grinding as the motor struggles to complete the folding cycle. This noise is a dead giveaway. The problem is mechanical and isn't just a simple electronic glitch. It's the sound of parts under stress, and ignoring it usually just leads to a complete failure down the track. This issue isn't just a cosmetic annoyance either. Having a mirror that doesn't unfold properly is a genuine safety concern, as it messes with your visibility of the traffic around you. And in tight city parking spots, a mirror that won't fold in leaves it vulnerable to getting clipped. So, it's more than just a quirky little fault. It's a problem that needs a proper solution. Right, before you ring up the service department and start bracing your wallet for a big hit, there are a few quick checks you can do at home. These might not fix the underlying problem for good, but they can help you diagnose what's going on and sometimes even get the mirror working temporarily. First up, the simplest thing to do is to play around with the settings. Find the mirror control switch inside your car, usually on the driver's door panel. Try manually folding the mirrors using that switch, then unfold them again. Cycling them a few times can sometimes help reseat the mechanism. Also, double-check that the auto-fold setting hasn't been accidentally turned off. Next, try to become a bit of a detective and look for patterns. Does the mirror only act up after you've given the car a good wash, or after a heavy downpour? If the problem is worse when the car is wet, that's a massive clue. Water is getting where it shouldn't. High-pressure washes can force water past weak seals and into delicate parts, leading to corrosion and failure. Keep a mental note of when it happens. Another thing to note is whether the weather has an effect. Some owners find the problem is worse in the cold, when plastics get brittle and lubricants thicken up. So you've done the basic checks and the mirror is still having a tough time. The real reason is so widespread, Mazda issued a technical service bulletin, a TSB, to its dealers. The specific bulletin is numbered 09011123. Now, it's crucial to understand that a TSB is not a recall. A recall is a safety-mandated action where the manufacturer contacts every owner and fixes it for free. A TSB is more like a memo for mechanics. It says, if a customer complains about this problem, here's the known cause and the official way to fix it. The TSB outlines a few key reasons for the failure. First, tight clearance or binding between the frame and base. That friction can stall the small electric motor partway. Mazda updated production by enlarging holes to create more wiggle room. Second, water intrusion leading to corrosion. The original design had insufficient waterproofing. Water can seep past seals into the fold-in unit. Once inside, corrosion builds on contacts and moving parts. Friction rises, the motor works harder, and eventually gives up. That's why it's worse after rain or a wash. Finally, increased friction at the pivot shaft as lube breaks down. Combine that with tight gaps or corrosion and you've got a perfect storm. The motor just can't produce enough torque. The dealer fix uses improved components like better washers and seals, and follows specific reassembly steps to prevent repeat failures. The fixes on the street versus the fix from the dealer. When you start digging around online forums, Reddit, Mazda's 247, the most common quick fix is blasting lubricant into the pivot gaps. For some, it helps briefly, but it's just a band-aid. It doesn't remove corrosion or fix a failing motor. DIY kits are popping up online with replacement gears, sometimes metal, and small parts. Cheapest route, riskiest outcome. Quality varies and the job is fiddly. You'll strip the mirror down, pry the painted cap, avoid breaking fragile clips, disconnect wiring, then reassemble perfectly. Or else. It's easy to get wrong if you're not careful. In contrast, the dealer fix is comprehensive. Following the TSB, they typically replace the electric fold-in unit with an updated part, follow revised reassembly, ensure seals, grommets and covers prevent future water intrusion. It's the most reliable long-term solution, like patching a hole versus rebuilding properly. The bottom line, breaking down the costs. All right, let's talk numbers. This is the part you've been waiting for. Costs vary by where you go, dealer versus independent. At a Mazda dealer, they often replace the entire mirror assembly or the internal fold-in unit. Based on owner reports, average dealer cost is around $580 to $630. Some owners have been quoted as high as $750. Get a specific quote from your local service center. Independents may be cheaper, lower labor, aftermarket parts. A solid independent repair might run $450 to $600. Find someone who follows the TSB and fixes the root cause. Ask specifically if they'll replace the fold-in unit. Goodwill Repairs,